The 2023 Cannes Film Festival is currently going on, and last week, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny had its world premiere at the Cannes Film Festival. We're going to get into some of the early reactions in this video, but before we do that, I got to give a shout out to Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. It's officially 15 years since the movie released. I remember how excited and crazy everybody was, the anticipation, especially that first teaser trailer, which I will never forget. It still gives me goosebumps to this day when it's slow build up to the indie theme and his shadow showing on the vehicle, and then it gets into a whole montage of action and just adventure. It was the first time Indy was on the big screen in, I want to say, what, 20 years? Everybody can have their jokes about the movie. Okay, it's kind of played out at this point. We all know about the Shia LaBeouf swinging with monkeys and the visual effects and all that kind of stuff. I still find the movie rather enjoyable. I actually had a good time watching it, and I say that while acknowledging all the flaws. I think it's entertaining and nothing more than that. Now, let's get into Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. The movie is so far off to a rough start, critically speaking. On Rotten Tomatoes, I believe it has a 49%, 47% from 36 reviews. Now, you guys know my stance on Rotten Tomatoes, okay? If there's anything to pay attention to, it's the audience scores, because the audience is us, right? That's the one that we relate to. That being said, Rotten Tomatoes is something that a lot of casual viewers will put a lot of merit into, and they see it on the TV spots, Rotten Tomatoes, and the score climbs up. That probably is enough for them to go and watch the movie. We don't encourage that here. So, if you want to see a movie and it's getting beat up by the critics, that shouldn't shy you from, watching the movie. Go out there and form your own opinion. But for the sake of the video, we're going to get into some of the early reactions, people who got to see the movie at the Cannes Film Festival. And we're going to start with Yasmin Kadil at Film with Yas. And Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a great summer blockbuster, though it could have been tighter in places and feels far less final than expected. I had so much fun seeing Harrison Ford reprise his role as one of the greatest cinematic heroes of all time. And yeah, the tighter in places criticism, I could probably see in that being a common thing amongst both critics and audiences. The movie does have a runtime of 2 hours and 24 minutes. So, for some people, that might be a long time. For others who are diehard indie fans, knowing this is probably going to be the very last indie film, they're like, make it 4 hours. I don't care. I want it all. So, it's all subjective. Let's get to the next one. Adam, the Adam review. Indiana Jones Dial of Destiny review. Instant classic. Harrison Ford's career best. A rousing adventure that shows this old man still has great libido. Not just another indie film, it's one of the best movies ever. A fitting end to his journey while setting up what's next. This one I'm going to kind of take with a grain of salt, because I believe this was the same one that said the Fast X was one of the greatest action movies of all time. So if I'm not mistaken, this is the same social media handle. But nevertheless, the reviews you're starting to see, people are happy to see Harrison Ford and him going one last hurrah, even at 80 years old. And very favorable review. Let's get into another one here. Clayton Davis at by Clayton Davis. Redemption. James Mangold redeems Indiana Jones with Dial of Destiny, a farewell to one of the greatest movie characters in cinema history. Action, laughs, charm, just everything that makes him great. Thanks, Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller Bridge, for the ride. A lot of acknowledgement, a lot of emotions for Indy's send off. Harrison Ford has said the character is done, at least with him. And so, for a lot of us, we're just going to go into the movie and just spend some time with Indy on the big screen one more time. who shows up in this movie. I'm hoping we get a cameo from Marion Ravenwood. I want to see Shia LaBeouf, but only in a glorified cameo. I mean, you at least have to acknowledge Indy's son, right? You can't just ignore him. That would just stick out. Okay. I think audiences, whether they're a fan of the Mutt character or not, are going to be like, it's kind of weird that you didn't even touch on, the character at all. And yeah, I mean, I still have confidence in James Mangold. Okay. He's a excellent filmmaker. I'm excited to see what he brings. The trailers have been pretty good. They don't exactly wow me like a Kingdom of the Crystal Skull did 15 years ago. And I still have my hesitation, my reservations on Harrison Ford at 80 years old pulling this off. How distracting will it be? Okay, I hear a lot of people talk about The Irishman and Robert De Niro and how they de-aged him, but he still moved like he wasn't what age he was supposed to be on screen. So remains to be seen. You guys, let me know your thoughts on the early reactions for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Is this going to sway you one way or another? Have you already bought your tickets? Are you going to wait for Disney Plus for the movie? Let me know your thoughts down below. Gio here from Fandom United. Hit that thumbs up. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Until the next video, take care.